Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and it is Halloween, obviously, so we have to have some fun. There are 15 listings today, probably not the strongest list we've seen the last couple weeks, but nevertheless, we're going to talk about some homes. Now, before we do that, the Milton buyer class is coming up this Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. right here in our office, and we're going to talk about what lenders look for. We're going to talk about personal budgeting, how to actually pay off your mortgage faster. A lot of people have no idea about some of these things that can really make a big difference to your financial future. Then we're going to talk about the real estate process. We're going to talk about how to get free government money to buy your home. There's 3 different programs out there for specifically for first-time buyers. We're going to talk about how to get access to homes before they hit MLS, how to guarantee your agent's going to protect you. We're going to look at real-life home inspection slides, new versus resale homes. There's a ton of information there. And so if you want to register for the class, it's free. There's no cost to attend. All we ask is you bring a food bank donation, and a generous one too, because let's be honest, it's for a great cause. So MiltonBuyerClass.com has all the details. If you're looking at this site on mobile, it'll be under offers. And if you're looking on a desktop, or a laptop, it's going to be just over on that side, Milton Buyer Class. Okay, so let's do this. So 1350 Main, number 101. There's some people that like the first floor, so they don't have to use the elevator. There's other people that feel like first floor has some kind of a safety issue. This condo looks great. It's just over 1,000 square feet. And here's the thing, that's $450 a square foot. Most of the larger units right now in buildings like this are going for closer to like $420, $425. So they might be leaning a bit on the high side, especially with that first floor. Overall, it tends to kind of depress the value just a little bit. So I like it. I won't go through the pictures, but I think it's I think if you came in with an offer lower than this, there'd be some justification. So 995 Donnelly, got a nice wide driveway, not wide, long. Got nice landscaping here. You could look at things like landscaping. You can look at laundry rooms. A lot of times that'll give you hints about how the home is. So the value points on this one, it's a semi-detached, it's 4 bedrooms, it has a walkout basement. Now it doesn't have a formal dining room, it just has this kind of area beside the kitchen right here. So you wouldn't be able to have like a dinner party for 12 kind of thing. That's pretty much your main floor. And I believe they've converted this. This is normally a 3-bedroom plus laundry. I think they converted to the 4. Downstairs finished basement with the walkout. So there's another thing, finished basement. There are no neighbors behind, but this backs onto pretty sure it's Louis Saint Laurent, and so you're going to get some of the road noise too. Eventually south of this they're going to be developing, but probably I don't think they'll be doing much for the next probably 3 to 5 years by the time they kind of get across, because now they're building from, in the Boyne survey, they're building from west to east. So all this together I think is a good deal for $689. Next up is 293 Scott, 729, over 2,000 square feet, and it's actually a link. So we put it as a semi-detached. The reason why is because when agents set up searches, half the time what they do is they go detached semi-townhouse, and the link is kind of this forgotten category. And so my concern is if we put it as a link, which is kind of better than a semi, not quite a detached home, that it might get missed by people who are searching for homes. But it is linked only by the garage. There are no interior walls that are shared, which is better than a semi. So inside, you have a very, very open concept main floor. That's your main floor right there. Kitchen's just off to the side, but very few walls here. So hardwood floors, 9-foot ceilings. All the builder crummy light fixtures have been replaced. In the kitchen, you've got not used to contacts and also glass or mask. You have a movable kitchen island here. You also have granite countertops. You've got backsplash. You've got what we call a pyramid hood fan here. Gas stove. California shutters. The master actually has this little area where you could, like a little home office area. A lot of people put like a treadmill, right, or an elliptical machine. They put that there. It's a nice little sitting area den that you can have in addition to your master. It's a big bathroom with a glass shower, and then you've got your 2 other bedrooms upstairs. And builders are now putting detached homes on 30-foot lots. So this is really the same size as most of the detached homes that you can buy. And you get all of that for $729. Another very strong deal. Now, Ruddy Crescent, $759, pretty much the same size as the one we just showed on Scott. Very nice finishes, 9-foot ceilings. It's in the Beatty neighborhood, so you're a little further east. And the only difference really is the finished basement. So they're asking $30,000 more. There's a couple little finish differences here that I think, Scott's very nice. Probably beats Scott a little bit. And then you've got your finished basement. The lot's a little bit more narrow, but it's a little longer. And you've got looks like a separate entrance on the side. So another good one, like priced where they should be. Now, if you want scary, then look no further than this one. On Halloween, why don't we get scared by the pictures on this home, which, first of all, as soon as you come from the outside, I think your next shot needs to be something on the main level, because the pictures are like touring the home before you get there. Now, you could throw a master bedroom shot in as the first one, and not a very good one. I want to say more than I probably can say, but what is that? What is the purpose of a shot like that? I get that the window covering is probably better than... It's just bad, though. Anyway, this to me is scary that somebody would consider this to be acceptable marketing for a home. So on Halloween, there you go. If you're not scared, I'll be scared for you. So these ones are interesting homes. So Swindale detached home, double car garage. And that is your backyard right here. So it's like a courtyard in between the house and the garage. There's no real backyard because of the way this one's set up. What you gain because of that is you actually gain a main floor. Typically there's a garage and the main floor sort of goes in an L shape around it. Then you've got your upstairs. This one doesn't have that. Garage is separate, so now you have a more square main floor. You have more balance between the first and second floor. But the trade-off is your yard gets smaller. So that's kind of a nice shot there. Usually I don't like the evening shots, but that one works. And there you go. So something like this. If you look at how this one's set up, the kitchen's almost the hub, and because the home's square, you can kind of see everything. So there's a loft, I believe, above the garage, which can be a very handy space for... There you go. So that's from the house. You go up to the loft there, which is above the garage. And then they don't show anything. That might be the loft there. Great for a home office. Okay, so if you're a photographer or something like that, great. If you need to run a business, you need some quiet, great. Great for a nanny suite, because think about it. You can run the plumbing right through. You can just break the garage drywall, which is not finished that well anyway. Run the plumbing in, put a bathroom. Great nanny suite. So lots of uses for the space up there. Plus you've got a finished basement. So 2,800 square feet plus a finished basement. These ones tend to value the same as the one with the backyards because they kind of have a different value proposition. But for the size and the money, it's about the same. So 28 plus the finished. Maybe a little bit on the high side, but they're not that far off. So here's another assignment sale, 1.228, 3,100 square feet. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting sick of these. There's just people, I've said this before, there were people that were being sold on the idea of buy at tomorrow's price instead of today. So in other words, you could buy a resale home in the spring you could buy this home, I don't know, maybe, 1.15 or whatever. 1.2, whatever it is, they might be losing money on this. They might have paid more than this. But the point is that they were paying 100, 150, 200,000 more than you could buy the homes for from the builder. And it was like, oh, well, don't worry, the market's going up. and it didn't. And so it went up, but then obviously it was unsustainable. It was a fire that burned itself out because it was too hot. And a lot of people were left holding the bag. And so you're seeing a lot of people go back to the builders, and just life can change in a year and a half. A lot of things can change. It's just, when we get closer to these times in like next July and everything else, I think there's going to be a big mess going on. But these assignments, like, why would you pay more for an assignment than you could pay for just a home that's already out there? And you're not dealing with all the stuff like assuming closing costs. It just doesn't work for me. I feel bad for these people, but I also think that they should have done their homework and they should have looked at what the resale options were. So there we go. Halloween episode. Have a great day. And remember, Milton buyer class.